The story begins thousands of years before the northern kingdoms existed. The world is young. Massive forests stretch across unexplored continents. Cities are built from black stone, and above them fly dragons. The Sky Lords rule the skies. Their riders are trained from childhood to control creatures capable of destroying armies. Among them is Aren Vaelor. Unlike the other riders, Aren isn't interested in conquest. He wants to discover what lies beyond the known world. For years, explorers have reported strange blue lights appearing beyond the northern mountains. Ships disappear, expeditions vanish, and occasionally, frozen bodies are discovered hundreds of miles south of where they should be. Aren becomes obsessed. His dragon, Veraxis, is unlike any other. Its scales are deep crimson. Its wings are enormous. Its fire burns almost white. The Sky Lords believe nothing in the frozen north could possibly survive against such a creature. Aren believes them. That becomes his greatest mistake. One night, he secretly prepares Veraxis for flight. His destination, the land beyond the Frost Wall Mountains. Aren crosses the northern mountain range. Below him, the world changes. Forests disappear. Rivers become frozen. The sky turns gray. Then Veraxis begins struggling. The dragon's wings become covered in frost. Aren is shocked. Fire dragons have flown through snowstorms before. But this cold is different. It seems to absorb heat. Veraxis breathes fire. The flames hit the ground. Instead of melting the snow, the fire turns blue. Aren watches in disbelief. He lands beside an enormous frozen lake. At its center is something beneath the ice. A structure. A city, completely buried. Aren approaches. He discovers enormous statues carved from black ice. Each statue depicts a human figure holding a dragon by its throat. Then he notices something written across the ice. It isn't written in the language of the Sky Lords, but somehow, he understands it. Fire enters. Fire forgets. Fire serves. Veraxis suddenly screams. Aren turns. Something enormous is moving beneath the lake. The ice breaks. A massive creature rises. It resembles a human skeleton covered in crystalline armor. Aren orders Veraxis to attack. The dragon unleashes its greatest fire. The creature disappears inside the flames. For a moment, Aren believes they have won. Then the flames turn blue. The creature walks through them. Veraxis attacks again. This time the creature reaches the dragon. Its hand touches Veraxis's chest. The dragon's fire immediately disappears. Veraxis collapses. Aren screams. He runs toward his dragon. The creature looks at him and speaks, not with a mouth. Inside Aren's mind, you brought fire to the place where fire dies. Aren draws his sword. He attacks. The creature grabs him. The world goes dark. When Aren wakes, he is beneath the ice. Veraxis is gone, and something is standing beside him. A frozen version of his own dragon. Aren tries to escape, but the ice has sealed around him. He discovers that the ancient city isn't abandoned. It is filled with frozen bodies. Warriors, kings, children, and creatures that look almost human. All preserved for thousands of years. At the center of the city is an enormous chamber. Inside is a black throne surrounded by blue crystals. Aren realizes the crystals aren't ordinary ice. They grow like living organisms. One attaches itself to his arm. Aren tries to remove it. It burns his skin. Then something changes. His body becomes strangely warm. The crystal begins absorbing his heat. Aren understands. The entity beneath the ice isn't killing him. It's changing him. The crystal spreads across his body. His veins begin glowing blue. His heartbeat slows. He can no longer feel the cold. Then he hears Veraxis. The dragon is alive, but its eyes are no longer red. They are glowing blue. Veraxis attacks Aren. Aren refuses to fight. He calls the dragon by its name. For a moment, Veraxis hesitates. Aren reaches toward it. The dragon's head lowers. Then suddenly, its mouth opens. Instead of fire, it releases a cloud of freezing mist. The ground becomes ice. Aren realizes what has happened. Veraxis is no longer a fire dragon. It has become something else. a creature of frost. Aren hears the voice again. The first flame has been rewritten. The ancient being reveals its purpose. It does not want to destroy fire. It wants to convert it. Every dragon, every rider, every living creature capable of carrying heat. The creature wants to turn them into soldiers for an army that has existed beneath the ice for thousands of years. Aren refuses. He attacks, but his body is already changing. His eyes begin glowing blue. His skin becomes pale. His heartbeat becomes slower. He realizes the terrible truth. The transformation has already begun. Aren fights against the transformation. He remembers his childhood, his first flight, his family, his Sky Lord oath, his first flight with Veraxis. Every memory becomes weaker. The creature is taking them one by one. Aren tries to burn the crystals from his body. His dragon attacks him. He falls, but one memory remains. His promise to return home. That memory gives him enough strength to escape. Aren climbs onto Veraxis. The dragon launches into the sky. They fly south, but the transformation continues. Ice spreads across Veraxis's wings. Blue light shines through Aren's eyes. They reach the southern mountains. Aren sees his homeland. Thousands of lights. Thousands of people. He wants to land, but Veraxis refuses. The dragon turns north. Aren realizes he can no longer control it. Then Veraxis dives, straight toward the frozen wilderness. Aren screams, but his voice is no longer completely human. Years pass. The Skylords eventually find evidence of Aren. His sword is discovered buried in snow. His dragon's skull is found frozen beneath a glacier. But there is no body. The Skylords assume Aren died. They build a monument to him. His name becomes legend. Then something strange begins happening. Northern villages report seeing a man walking through blizzards. He wears ancient armor. His eyes glow blue. He never speaks. Behind him are dead animals walking through the snow. The Skylords send hunters. Nobody returns. Eventually, an old dragon rider encounters the figure. She recognizes the armor. Aren. But he is no longer Aren. His face is frozen. Crystalline growth covers his neck. His eyes shine like blue stars. And behind him stands Veraxis. The dragon's wings are covered in ice. Its breath freezes everything it touches. Aren looks toward the south. Then says, "The road is open." The rider barely escapes. The first walker begins building an army. But unlike ordinary undead creatures, these soldiers are not mindless. They retain fragments of their former abilities. Dead warriors remember how to fight. Dead hunters remember how to track. And dead dragon riders remember how to fly. One by one, ancient dragons begin disappearing. The Skylords finally understand. The northern threat isn't simply an army. It is a mirror of the living world. Everything the living possess, the dead can eventually possess too. Aren becomes the army's commander. Veraxis becomes its first frozen dragon. The Skylords attack. Hundreds of fire dragons fill the sky. The battlefield becomes a war between fire and ice. Flames illuminate the darkness. Frozen dragons descend through the smoke. One fire dragon burns a frozen soldier. The soldier falls, then rises again. The Skylords begin losing. Aren watches from a frozen mountain. He doesn't celebrate. For a brief moment, he remembers who he used to be. Then the blue light returns to his eyes. And he orders the army south. The war lasts for years. The Skylords build enormous walls. They create weapons designed to destroy frozen creatures. But Aren knows their tactics. He trained beside them. He knows their formations. He knows their weaknesses. And worst of all, he knows their dragons. The final battle takes place beneath a blackened sky. Fire dragons fill the air. Frozen dragons rise from the clouds. Aren rides Veraxis toward the strongest Skylord fortress. His former homeland. His old home. He lands on the highest tower. An elderly Skylord waits for him. His former mentor. The old man looks at Aren. "You were supposed to be the greatest rider of your age." Aren says nothing. The mentor raises his sword. "You still have a choice." For the first time in centuries, Aren's eyes return to their original color. He remembers everything. He remembers flying. He remembers Veraxis. He remembers home. Then the ancient voice enters his mind. Choose. Aren looks at his mentor, then at the army behind him, and finally at the sky. He makes his choice. He turns Veraxis toward the north and flies away. The frozen army follows him. The Sky Lords survive, but Aren disappears into the darkness. Centuries later, the Great Frost Wall is built. People believe the wall was created to keep the dead out, but ancient records reveal another truth. The wall was built to keep something inside. Deep beneath the oldest section is a sealed chamber. Inside lies Aren's original sword, still glowing with blue light. Ancient inscriptions cover the walls. They describe the first dragon rider who became a walker. But the final inscription contains a warning. When the last fire dragon falls, the first walker will awaken. For thousands of years, the chamber remains silent, until one night, a crack appears in the sword. Blue light spreads across the stone. Far beyond the wall, something moves beneath the snow. A frozen dragon opens its eyes. Then another. Then another. Thousands of blue lights appear across the northern horizon. And on the highest mountain, Aren opens his eyes. He is still there, waiting. The first walker slowly stands. His frozen armor cracks. His ancient dragon emerges from the darkness. Aren looks toward the distant kingdoms. Then he whispers, "You built a wall to keep us out." He climbs onto Veraxis. The dragon spreads its enormous frozen wings. But you never asked what was behind you. Veraxis launches into the sky. The camera pulls backward. Far below, the frost wall stretches across the horizon. Then the ground behind it begins to move. Not hundreds, not thousands. Millions of blue eyes open beneath the snow. The screen cuts to black. One final sound remains, a dragon's roar. But this time, the roar is completely silent. The end.